society that's basically converted to sameness. The society at this point has removed all of the emotions. So you don't feel hatred, love, you don't even grieve. They also removed any signs of pain, the aspect of war, everything's gone, including color.
Right.
So their lives are in black and white. So when you're 12 years old, I think, you're assigned a job based on your interests or what you're good at.
You're basically an adult at 12.
Yeah. You have your new role in society. So again, Jonas is our main character. He's given the assignment of receiver of memory, which sounds weird. And we're like, what the heck does that mean? And then we meet the old man, and it turns out the old man had requested Jonas become the receiver. The old man is called the giver.
Hence the book title.
Oh, yeah, that's why there's an old man on the book cover. Yeah, so the giver holds all of these memories from the past, and basically keeps them to himself so that he can prevent the society from making mistakes in the future, but by remembering the history of the past societies.
Right. He's the only one that has memories of war and actual history of any kind. Yes. He's the only one that knows all of that, and he's able to transmit it to other people if he wants to, but technically he's only supposed to give it to the receiver, aka Jonas, and everybody else is free from that burden. Exactly.
It's a huge burden to be the giver, or the receiver.
Right.
But in case of like if there's something absurd going wrong with this, if there's something crazy going on with the society, the leaders of the society go to the giver to ask, has this happened in the past? And if it has, how do we fix it? And then the giver tells them, how to fix it because it's happened in the past. So it's a very important role in this society. It's also a huge burden to carry. It's a hard role to have.
Yeah, because most people are like doctors or janitors or birth givers or
caretakers
or just things that you would find in a society. And there's this one role that is the giver, who is responsible for holding all of the memories and history, and they have all the books too.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just living a nonsensical life.
It's very just bland. It's literally black and white.
They all take a pill every day that keeps them from having any sort of emotion and being able to see color.
Yep.
And they're humans, just like you and I.
Yeah.
But they are able. This pill is able to give them
monotony, essentially.
Yeah, the ability to not feel anything.
It takes away any suffering too. So part of the what we find out in this book is the giver, like Audrey said, he transmits his memories to Jonas, and the way he does this is like he places his hand on Jonas's back, and you can transfer the memories or whatever. But you're not just transferring memories, you're also transferring the feelings. So like in a warm sun, he's gonna feel the warmth, or like in a cold mountainous hill where he's sledding, he's going to feel how cold it is. They don't feel any of that in real life. They just feel nothing, essentially.
Right, so he didn't even know what it was.
He didn't even know what warm was.
Right.
And so if you think about how ugly that can get, I mean, again, we don't spoil books in this podcast. You can, you'll understand the kind of things that Jonas has to go to in order to gain the memories from the giver.
Right.
And you can imagine it's probably terrifying.
It is terrifying. And so for this particular book, I'll be honest, the first half did not get my attention because they were kind of just setting up how this society worked. And then the second part is when all the action takes place. And
it happens fast.
It does happen fast. Like I said, this book is only like not even 200 pages. It's like 180 pages or something like that. And it's small. It's a tiny book.
Baby book.
Yeah. And so getting through the first half was rough for me. I'm not going to lie.
I read this a while ago, so I don't remember if it was rough getting through the first. Maybe I even did the audiobook. I don't remember, but I loved it.
Yeah. It's very much like an adventure book because you're like, how do I put this? The whole time I read it, I was like, what would happen if our society created another society? What would that look like? It wouldn't look like this necessarily, but if we had our own society, like if you, Beth, were able to go and make your own society with fresh humans, they didn't know anything about anything, like what would that even look like? And would you do it the same way that we've been doing it all these years? Or would you do a reset, basically, is what they did in this book. They kind of just took away the fear of war and love and hate and all of that. Like, if you built a community from the ground up, would you change anything we're doing currently?
I don't think I would ever be able to do that. You know what? I've actually been reading so many dystopian and those type of books. 1984, Brave New World, and The Giver. And it turns out, no, I'm just going to end it there. I have read those for the last few weeks. And so I've been thinking about that kind of question for the last few weeks. And it's turning out that every one of these books suggests that you probably shouldn't make that type of society. We're here in this type of world for a reason, and it's not to make everything monotonous and black and white or everything happy like a Brave New World would do, or it's not to keep an eye on you like 1984. It's just to live just as a normal person. But if you take that and you're like, well, are we living in a normal world right now? What if we are?
Oh my gosh.
A part of someone's dystopian future, man?
Oh my gosh, that flips everything.
Now it's like we're on pot and we're having these high thoughts. But like, what if this world wasn't real?
You know what? Elon Musk has this huge theory that the world we live in is controlled by someone else. And not necessarily God, but
Stephen Hawking.
The only way he can like relate it into words is like somebody is playing a video game and we're the characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we don't know.
Yeah.
And either do these people in this society.
There's no way to know.
Like, Jonas had no idea there was all of these things in the past or even in the current. He didn't know there was color.
Yeah.
They were like scientifically changed, biologically changed to not see color.
Right.
And he had no idea. It's just like right from the incubator when they make you as a human, you just can't see color. So that's exactly the illusion of what we're saying is how do we know? How do we know that we're not? How do you know that your color pink is my color pink?
There's no way for me to know.
How do we know there's not another color? I really feel like we're high right now. I promise I'm not high.
I'm not high, but these are questions that go through my mind all the time.
Especially when you read these type of books.
Yeah.
I think they're really fun to read and like be thankful that you think you're in the right kind of world, but then it's also scary to be like, am I going crazy? Is this what schizophrenia feels like? Because I thought that was blue, but turns out it's yellow.
It could be anything.
A word I don't even know.
It could be a completely different reality.
People could be watching us like from I don't even know. Like
they're gonna like turn off this podcast and be like, "Oh my god, they're onto us."
Yes,
these aliens from Mars.
We should just have like dead air, like
yeah,
and then somehow it gets posted.
No, but another thought I had, I don't know. I just kind of was wandering with my brain on this book.
Good job.
And another thought I came up with was if you took all the people, like the big people in our history that made a huge difference. And
Lincoln, Kennedy.
Yeah, of course. And you put
Einstein.
them in a cup and you just shook it up. And you put them in different places.
Oh, how different would today be?
Yeah, like if Einstein was born in 300 and Lincoln was born today, or Hitler was born today, and schools who are like, yes, you can do art school.
Oh.
would we have had a giant war? You know what I mean? Like,
would someone else have put that into place than that person. Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like, would there have been a different Hitler called, like, James?
Would you and I be sitting here doing this podcast? Probably not.
No way. No, it's a butterfly effect.
Yeah. Even just one person. And I'm not even like somebody who has a big, I guess, effect in society. Whatever. One person.
My cat.
Yeah, maybe your cat.
Definitely my cat. If he was not here, this podcast would not happen. One of the things that stuck out to me in this book is the importance of memory.
Yeah.
Because I myself have a terrible memory, and I probably do really well in that society when, they have no idea about
you just
the
don't have
past.
to remember anything.
What?
You just don't have to remember anything.
Exactly. You have no obligation to recall the past. So, it's just, this whole book it turns out to be about the past.
Mm-hmm.
It's to remember what happened previously. And that's the most important role in this society. And Jonas has to carry that now.
And he's 12.
Yeah, poor little guy.
Yeah. I really want to know what your beer is about.
Okay. I chose a Epic Brewing raspberry ale called Little Brainless Raspberries, and mine I think is pretty obvious. There was a bunch
if you've read the book, it's pretty obvious.
Well, like given even our summary, it's a society of robots that have no knowledge. Like they just it's like a society of just bored drones. Is that the right word?
Kind of, because they are human people.
Yeah, they're not actually robotic. I'm just saying, like, they're just going through the motions. They don't realize that you can feel happiness or love or grief or sadness. And those all come hand in hand. So they're just brainless zombies. That's the word I was looking for.
Right.
Just going through life without even recognizing that there's so much more to life than they can see or feel.
Beautiful.
That's it, man. That's my whole beer.
It's colorful.
Yeah, life is out there.
And the can is freaking red.
It's a big can, yeah. It's a big pink can.
And Jonas, the first thing that I guess he saw as the receiver was the color red.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I thought that's why you picked it.
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah, absolutely, Audrey. Thank you for reminding me of that. And I chose it for the brainless, but also red.
Yeah.
I remember, I thought, for some reason, like I said, I read this a while ago, that it was, he saw snow.
No, he saw red before the snow.
Okay.
Well, it does.
Wasn't the sled red?
Read the book and you'll figure it out.
You guys, you know what? Yeah, read the book, correct us.
I mean, I know how to correct you, but I don't want to give away spoilers.
Oh, okay. Don't correct us.
And then for mine is obviously the World Peace Death Ray by Bristol Brewing. And if you're a big science nerd, you know that the Death Ray was supposedly conducted by Nikola Tesla and friends and a bunch of scientists. And basically the theory is it's this ray that can kill people up to 200 miles.
Is this real?
Yeah. So, well, it's a theory because everybody that created it is dead. It's technically a theory in 2018.
They created a death ray?
Yeah. Yep.
No way. Is this real? I can't tell if you're joking or not.
No, I'm not kidding.
Tesla.
Yes.
That's why Bristol named it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So their idea was you can get world peace by if you just kill people at the 200 mile. I mean, obviously I'm dumbing it down big time.
Thank you. I needed that.
But go Wikipedia or something.
I am going to after this.
Yeah, it's kind of intense, and there's a shit ton of videos on YouTube
Can
about
I see the bottle?
Yeah. But anyways, the reason that
God, it totally makes sense. There's like a dove. Is that a dove?
It's a pigeon.
No, don't they like carry that for a sign of peace?
Yeah.
A pigeon?
An olive.
An olive branch, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Your beer is so coolly named.
I know. So.
Holy shit. I am so impressed, Audrey.
Thank you. Well, I haven't even
I'm sorry, just keep going.
That's just the beer.
I'm drunk. Who cares?
That's the beer part. That has nothing to do with this book.
Not yet. We'll find out how.
Let's see if I can do this correctly.